Welcome everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel Octane TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day.
Next vehicle we're going to be doing is a Model Y Tesla 2023. We're going to be upgrading all the speakers using adapters and all new speakers as well that will bolt right in. We're going to be changing out the sub speakers, adding sound dampening, doing a hardwired radar detector, and changing out some of the USBs. This is going to be a lot of videos and processes of each one. So we'll kind of make a video for each part and then make a full-length video of everything. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Man, the bass on this and the mid bass is incredible on this song. I mean, it is rocking this thing. I mean, the bass is so strong in this, like you can feel it all the way underneath your seat. Whatever sub is in this stock, it's picking it up good. And the mid bass right down here, the 6.5s are doing their job. I mean, stock, this thing sounds really good. I'm gonna tell you right now, this stock system in this and the Teslas, man, hands down one of the best for being stock. Oh my God. Yeah, the bass in this is really good. Oh, besides it stopped. Oh, there we go. I wish you guys could feel this through the phone. It sounds really good. So now we're going to move on to the front three speakers. The first piece we're going to be able to remove right here is we're going to take this piece off. You can use a plastic pry tool and get down in here, and then we're just going to pull back on this piece right here. I do see one funny gap right here. This one. It's a little bit off from the factory, but it could be my eye too. But it gets bigger down here and then gets smaller up here, but it could be the way that this piece is fit in here. All right, so what I would first recommend doing is pulling this back, because this piece sits down inside of here and then pulls off of here. See how that thing sits down inside of there? This clip, as soon as I pulled on it, it just disintegrated. Literally just broke in half and then fell down into the kick panel. So I'm gonna have to freaking get into the kick panel to get this clip back out or find one that matches this plastic. It's like a Toyota, I'm guessing, plastic clip right there. But lovely, that's how that comes off. Don't ever want to take this off ever again. Next step we're gonna get into is taking off the A-pillar. What I would recommend is getting in here with your plastic pry tool and pulling back on this area right here. What I'd also recommend is pulling the rest of this gasket off. That way you can get your hand back here and then pull so you can get your plastic pry tool. That way you can get your plastic pry tool down in there easier. As soon as you shove down in there a couple times and pull back, this bad boy will unsnap right off of there. So that's really nice. That's the clips that it has right there, is there and there. I'm guaranteeing there's more down there. One way to get this out is to pull these little tweezers parts, pull those in, and then it pulls this whole piece out right here. Got a middle clip on the bottom, and then you've got 3 plastic pieces on the top. And that is the A-pillar. We're gonna want to do the exact same thing for the driver's side. All right, we have the driver's side and the passenger side A-pillar off. Now what we're going to need to do is we need to pry up on this piece right here, and be very careful when we're doing it. Just pry it very gently all the way across until we get this whole thing up. But be careful, do not break this. And just keep going all the way across until you get it all the way out. All right, so we've got this whole thing right here pulled up all the way across. And then we're gonna wanna remove this whole entire piece out. Be very, very, very careful with it because it's very thin and very, very fragile. So boom. And then we've got this whole thing, and we're gonna take this whole piece out. And here is what this piece looks like on the back side. very thin and very, very fragile. So we got one speaker here, one speaker in the middle, one speaker on that side. So we're gonna start with this one here, and we're gonna use the right angle that they brought us, so that way we can get down into these and take them right out. I believe they are a T20, but I'll confirm with you on that. So this is the right angle that they give you, right here, and then they give you a T20, and then a half T20. So we've got our T20 on the right angle, and we're gonna go ahead and take out all these speakers. I think we're gonna have to use the half one on the middle speaker. So we're gonna go ahead and remove all three of these. T20 Torx on these speakers. We got the first speaker out, and it is hard to get this harness off because they do not give you much room to pull. That's as much room as you got to pull. So just to let you know, and this is your wonderful stock speaker that it comes with. Sounds pretty good for a piece of crap speaker, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. Just unplug this harness right here, which is pushing in right here, which they don't give you much room to do that as well. Then we're gonna go ahead and remove the middle one and the passenger one. So these are the three dash speakers right here. I want to kind of show you the difference. You know, you got rubber, carbon fiber, a lot different than paper. And this is like a rubber. It doesn't actually have like a, it's kind of a mix between foam and rubber, but it is a little better than the regular foam. This is the magnificent magnet on the back of these. I'm imagining it's some type of Neo, just because it's so small and so lightweight. And then these are the monster magnets on the back of the Alpines. The Alpine weighs exactly 3 times as much as this speaker here. This is made out of just like a polycarbonate plastic, you know, cast. I think this is partial Neo, and then you got paper, and then partial rubber, partial foam, versus everything on this is metal, heavy metal, especially out here, rubber, carbon fiber. Just a very well built, Alpine built a very good speaker on the Alpine Type X, which is now called the DP35M for this. And here is the stock speaker in comparison. I'll take some pictures to kind of show you. You go to unplug these, it is a nightmare because there's not much slack right here on this harness where my finger is. It barely can get it out to where you can get underneath here and unplug it. So I'm very fortunate that these come with a long pigtail on them, because they are a pain in the butt to get out, to get pushed in to unplug and get out without hitting the windshield. So I'm very fortunate these have a pigtail on them, and then we'll drop these in, mount them in the stock locations exactly like these. Funny fact out there for you, this Tesla speaker is exactly the same speaker that came in my BMW. Exact same mounting down to the T as my speaker in my BMW M3, new M3 right there. Magnets are a little different, obviously, but mounting is exactly the same. So now I know that if I use this adapter, I can make an adapter that will work on Tesla speakers. So that makes me pretty happy, but the connector is totally different than the BMW connector, which is fine. I just need to figure out what pigtail works inside the speaker, and then we'll know exactly what to do to start making speakers for the Teslas. Pretty awesome. We got this one plugged in and seated down here. We're going to take this plug and we're going to plug it into this plug right here and get this one seated in here properly, because you got 2 bottom, 1 top, so you got to make sure you get them in here seated properly. You can't have them in here wonky or they are not going to fit. We got 2 of them mounted in. and that one is a little more tough than this one, to be honest. And then we're going to do the driver's side now. We got them installed, got all of them mounted down. You will need the short one for the backside ones that are closest to the windshield. This one you'll need the long one. And we got the middle one installed and the passenger installed. It's not real tough, it's just tedious, and you're going to get your windshield dirty with your knuckles and everything like that. So just understand, it just takes some time, and be careful. Try not to, you know, damage your windshield or damage anything, and be careful, don't drop the bit down in there. It will fall down in there if you do. So just want to let you know. Now that we've got all three of these installed, we're just going to re-put back on the top part, snap that back in, and then put the A-fillers back in, and then put these middle pieces back in. Just snap it all back together in reverse mode of exactly how you took it apart.